Hello, shiny happy people. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Cinema.Sewist, and on this channel, I am trying to create a cinematic wardrobe based on movies, TV shows, music stars, the catwalk, you name it, utilizing a little bit of creativity and a lot of dedication. Today, we have Cinemakes episode 2, and I'm very excited for this make, even though there's a bit of a disclaimer. This is sort of a prologue to the actual Cinemake, because the Cinemake that I'm planning for this movie is more of an autumn make. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will probably know which one it is already. I'm not going to say it here in the video. But I've decided, since it is very, very warm in southern Florida at the moment, to create a bit of a prologue and make a summer make for the Cinemake of this movie. I am, of course, talking about the movie Pulp Fiction by director Quentin Tarantino. So I'm finally delving in the cinematic universe of Mr. Quentin Tarantino, and I'm a big fan. He's my favorite director, actually, of all time. So I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what I'm trying to make. But first off, we're going to talk about the movie, then it's the outfit, the patterns, and the fabrics. So let's jump right into it. Pulp Fiction is probably one of the cult movies of the 90s. So there's always, I feel like every decade has certain movies that shape that particular decade, and Pulp Fiction definitely is that movie for the 90s. It was released in 1994, and it catapulted Quentin Tarantino into the cult status that he has today. I think most people really discovered and appreciated him through Pulp Fiction. He was already fairly known for his first movie, Reservoir Dogs, but Pulp Fiction just elevated everything to another level. And probably it's because it is unique in its style. He kind of brought out the nonlinear storytelling in movies. It's probably not new, but he just made it work so that many people, many filmmakers after him copied him. They copied the style of his dialogues, all this cinema of cool, as it is called. And yeah, this movie is very special also, particularly because of the cast. It's an all-star cast. You have, first and foremost, John Travolta. He's again appearing. He was in my first Cinemake, now he's back in it. He had his comeback with Pulp Fiction. At the time, you have Samuel L. Jackson, who is a staple actor of Tarantino's. If you look at the filmography of Tarantino, Sam Jackson is practically everywhere. You have Uma Thurman, who really came out with this movie. You have Bruce Willis, you have Ving Rhames, Christopher Walken, you have Harvey Keitel, Amanda Plummer, you have Rosanna Arquette, Eric Stoltz, Tim Roth. You have so many names in that movie, like really, really good actors who just made this movie work the way that it does. And it was a real hit when you consider that the budget for this movie was like $8 million and the box office is over 200 million, which is quite a good success, I would say. It is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, and Tarantino won an Oscar for the best screenplay. And yeah, it is a potpourri of stories told in a non-linear fashion around several characters that you meet throughout this movie. In the center, it's probably the story around the two hitmen played by John Travolta and Sam Jackson. And then you have all these characters that they meet. And yes, for today's episode, though, of Cinemakes. So I'm not diving into the story of the movie too much. But for today's outfit, we are actually going to go with the opening and ending of the movie, which are the diner scenes. And they're surrounding the characters of Amanda Plummer and Tim Roth, Honey Bunny and Pumpkin, and they are trying to rob the people in this diner. And it happens to be that Sam Jackson's character is actually also having breakfast there, and the situation goes a little bit unplanned for them. Let's put it that way. So, my outfit is going to be a dedication to their two characters. And you're going to find out now when I'm talking about the outfit why. The Honey Buddy and Pumpkin outfit. Actually, the story is, for my part, like I said in the beginning, it's hot right now in southern Florida. And I have a bit of a problem. I do not have at the moment a pair of hot pants that fit me, because all of the hot pants I have right now are super loose, especially in the waist area. And at this weather, you need yeah, every piece of clothing that you can to not melt instantly. I must say, right now, as I'm filming this, it is still fairly early in the morning, and I've taken the AC off, and I'm already sweating. So it's like, it is really bad right now in southern Florida. Regardless, I have decided to make a pair of hot pants or shorts. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what we end up with. But of course, when you look at the movie, when you look at these two characters, when you look at Honey Bunny and you look at Pumpkin, none of them are wearing hot pants. I was thinking about what I could make that kind of fits into this Pulp Fiction world. And while, yes, in this movie particularly, nobody is wearing hot pants as far as I can remember, there are other movies of Tarantino that have female characters wearing hot pants. You have Melanie, played by Bridget Fonda in Jackie Brown, or you have the girls in Death Proof. You have also one of the girls in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They're all wearing hot pants. Now, the outfit of Honey Bunny is not spectacular to be recreated as a Cinemake. It's like almost like a t-shirt. It's a button-down dress, but it has a little bit of a t-shirt look, like a fitted t-shirt, and it's like a mauve tone. So nothing particularly fancy. But yeah, I was more looking at Tim Roth's outfit in the movie, because he's wearing sort of an Hawaiian shirt and jeans and then a t-shirt underneath that Hawaiian shirt, which he's kind of wearing like a jacket. And then I thought, okay, how can you get creative with this? And so I have come up with the idea of making a sort of Hawaiian shirt, but it's almost patchwork style. And I'm going to get to that in a second, what I mean by that. And then the hot pants, just to make it a summery look, but also a little bit relaxed. And this is probably the whole reason why I'm making hot pants. I have bought a patch, which is then going to be the perfect dedication to Pulp Fiction. Because, yeah, I bought the Be Cool Honey Bunny patch, which is in the movie, it's when Sam Jackson actually holds the gun against Pumpkin, and Honey Bunny almost freaks out because of her beloved Pumpkin almost getting shot, and then Pumpkin says to her, "Be cool, honey bunny," and Sam Jackson says, "Yeah, be cool, honey bunny."
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
So that's kind of the staple statement in that scene, and I'm gonna add that to my hot pants, which certifies them to me as Pulp Fiction hot pants. You can argue against me, but that is where I'm going. Now that we have established the movie and the outfit, let's go with the more interesting part of this video, which is, first of all, let's go with the patterns. All right, for the patterns, I have decided to go for the hot pants. I am actually delving into making jeans, a proper jeans pattern. I bought this a couple of months ago because I was very interested. I saw a lot of other people make this and they're super happy with it. And it's kind of like, this is the first time I'm going to make a proper jean style pattern. I have made a pair of the Gertie Charm Patterns Loretta shorts. I can pop them up right here. Just a few weeks ago, and I was actually so happy with the fit and the look of shorts on me, which I did not expect because I have quite strong thighs, and I was like, can I really wear these? Are they not going to ride up all the time between my thighs? And they work really well. And therefore I was like, yeah, let's try it. Let's go with a proper jeans pattern for the shorts. And the ones I'm going to make are the Dawn jeans shorts by Megan Nielsen Patterns. Like I said, I bought this a couple of months ago, I think from Etsy. Or did I buy it from the Megan Nielsen website? I might have bought it from the Megan Nielsen website, actually. I think so, because I bought another pattern from her as well. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. This pattern contains 4 different versions. You have a slim fit with tapered legs, and then straight legs, wide legs, and then you have the shorts, which is what I'm going to go for to try out the fit. Most important with these kind of patterns is actually how it is fitting in that area where you have shorts, right? So the waist, the hip is important, the crotch seam is important. And if that works, generally the full size jeans would work as well. So that's definitely something I'm going to get into. I'm going to make also the full size, full length jeans at some point. For now, it's going to be hot pants because it's hot again. I can mention this probably 20 times during this video, but I'm not going to. So just so you know. For the kind of Hawaiian shirt version that I'm going to make in the best Pulp Fiction kind of sense, I was thinking, all right, let's go non-linear here. Let's go full Tarantino and go non-linear and not very classic. So what I've found, the pattern that I'm going to utilize is the Elvis shirt. That's again by Gertie. It's a charm pattern from her Patreon. So if you want this pattern, you have to join her Patreon. But it is worth it. She has many, many gorgeous patterns, and you only, I mean, if you wanted to, you can just sign up for a month and take all the patterns that you wanted and cancel. I'm a permanent subscriber because I really like the stuff that she brings out. But anyway, so I was thinking, this shirt, I'm gonna make this shirt, but there's a bit of a catch in it. So you can see this version has 2 different fabrics for contrast. I am going to go wilder than that. I'm actually going to use 4 different fabrics because I have found this shirt, I think about a year ago. I think this came out about a year ago. It is from Zimmerman. And it is a very interesting, this is a blouse. It has long sleeves. Obviously mine is going to be short, but that's a different story. But they utilized 3 different fabrics for the different pieces, but they are matching so well that it's not too obvious and it gives a very interesting look. And therefore I was thinking, let me just try to recreate that, because I have two fabrics actually left over from previous dresses that I'm going to mesh up with something else and make that work. What these fabrics are going to be, you may ask? Well, let's just jump right into the fabrics, because that's actually the most interesting part, right? Fabric showcasing. Okay, let's start simple. Let's first start with the shorts, because that is a quick topic. I have a stretch denim. Now, the Dawn jeans are actually specifically made for non-stretch denims, but this one happens to be stretchy. And I've decided to size down, actually, because I looked at the size chart and I'm almost between two sizes, so I'm going to risk it and go with the smaller size, because I have this stretch denim, and this was a leftover from Minerva. They only had 1 meter left, and I bought the meter because I was like, I want to try to make some jean shorts. And I bought this actually quite a while ago. I might have even bought it almost a year ago. I never got around to do it. Now I'm doing it. Now I'm making the shorts. But yeah, it's a very pretty salmony like color. And as you can see, the patch fits very nicely on there. This is where it all comes together, you see? And yeah, so I've decided to grab that. I am considering utilizing some multicolored thread for top stitching. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not entirely sure. What I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to utilize some quilting cotton for the pocket bags and maybe the inside of the fly zip. I like to give it cute touches like that. I have this one at the moment out of my stash that I could utilize with kittens. And I have the ever gorgeous thumper from Bambi. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I might keep this one because this is fairly a big chunk. This one is a smaller one, so I might utilize that. And you're not going to see it. So this is just for me in the end. And for you to see while I sew this, but in the end result, you're not going to see it. So that would be the shorts. Now, the shirt. That's the more interesting part. The basis is a fabric that I have bought over 2 years ago, and I made a Vogue 8577. I can show a picture right here. And it's a calf facette cotton, a quilting cotton with amaryllis print. So this one. And I think this looks very destined. It's meant to be a Hawaiian shirt type feel, I think. The only catch is, and I don't know how far I can go back to show you, this is practically all I have, which if you sew, you know, this is not much. I've measured it, and the full width, in the full width, I have a whooping 70 centimeters, which is like 3/4 of a yard. There's no way you can get a full Presley shirt out of that, which is why this one is going to be the lower back. So you have in the back, you have the yoke, and then you have the lower back. So I'm going to cut the full lower back out of this and one front piece. I did a bit of pattern Tetris last night, and that works. Plus, I can get the color out of this, at least the outer color. If I have to utilize another fabric for the inside, it's a different story. Wouldn't be tragic. So we can do that with this one, which is great, because that also means this is gonna go out of my leftover stash. Because what I do have, every time I sew stuff, I always have leftover fabric, and I have now a designated drawer, which is too full by now, where I keep adding a new bag of leftover fabric every single time, so I want to get rid of some of that. Speaking of that, the second one is also from a dress that I made. Again, I can pop up a picture so you can see what I made in the past. And it's this fabric. This one is super old. This fabric is over 30 years old. I remember my mom bought this for me when I was a kid because I wanted a dress out of it. I made the dress. I'm happy with the dress. I need to change the zipper because I once had the incident where I almost didn't get out of the dress anymore because it got stuck. My zipper got stuck. But anyway, this is the second fabric. Out of this, I'm going to make the other front plus one sleeve. It's kind of the plan. So if you can follow me, the other front, one of the sleeves, and then we're missing the second sleeve, and we're missing facings and the yokes. Now the yokes, I was kind of clear I wanted a stripy fabric, and I ordered one at Mood, and then they said they don't have this anymore, and they canceled that on me. So I was like, okay, that's kind of a bummer. And then I remembered I do have a striped duvet cover, which I bought also a couple of years ago, and I'm not utilizing the duvet cover, mind you. I'm using that, but they did send 2 bags for storing said duvet cover. Here they are. Like, it's not very big, but then it's also like I'm never using these. I'm also not using these for shopping or anything. I'm not using them. They are just in my closet and they are annoying me. So I was like, I've already taken one of them apart. Still needs cleaning. There's a lot of threads there. But I held the yoke pieces onto this. And even for the front, which is a longer yoke piece, this works. So I'm utilizing that for the yokes. This is exclusively for the yokes. And then I have a piece of Dupioni silk. This one I dyed myself. That's why it's irregular dye job. And this would be then for the second sleeve and the facings in the front because it has like a little lapel. So you need a facing in the front. And that would be what that is. Yeah. So I was thinking of doing either that or utilizing, because I have Dupioni silk in blue as well. I might do this in blue. We will see. Although I like the contrast of having more pink in there as well. So this is kind of the mishmash, 4 different fabrics, and it's going to be one shirt, and it's going to be amazing. This is the plan for the prologue of Pulp Fiction. I hope you are excited because I sure am. I'm excited to get a proper summer outfit as well and dive into the world of Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. And right after that, I'm going to make the autumny make, because by then it's going to be hopefully close to end of August, and I'm going to feel like there might be a chance of autumn at some point. Who knows? Let's see how this goes, and let's just jump right into the madness of making the honey pumpkin outfit. Let's go.